how to choose your desired reality and accept where you are, because these are two things that you want to do and you have to do in order to move into a new version, a new reality, a different state that you desire to be in, where you are already fulfilled. So I'm going to walk you through what I've been using with my clients recently, and they're all having an aha moment when I explain this to them. So I thought I'd share this with you all as well. For those of you who are new, welcome. My name is Rose. I am a success and confidence coach. I love to help people feel confident, feel successful, and achieve that by going within and shifting their awareness to what confidence really means. If you're interested in working with me one-on-one, go to rosielife.com. Also, you can join our Badass Confidence course. It is a course and community, so it's both. You get a course to start you off, to start really diving into these areas of your life that you may have never ever been taught or been aware, and I help you unpack these things so that you can shift into a desired state, version, manifest whatever through that confidence, which I always say is Christ confidence. And if you're interested in having that support, I have a private forum where everybody talks to each other, supports each other, and we share success stories. And it's really amazing, the accountability, because I show up every Wednesday live for you to give you a little bit more of a lesson and dive in deeper each week on the different topics. And it's really cool to see. My intention for that course was to create an affordable, consistent accountability with me in a group, in a community, and I'm seeing how this is paying off for so many people, whereas if you just did a course on your own, you don't feel that you have the support, and this group and community provides all of it. So if you're interested, go to rosielife.com, and the information's down below. So let's get back to what I have been working with my clients, and it took me a minute too, you guys, to really understand what that shifting to your desired reality is, or shifting into the state of the wish fulfilled. Like, we hear these terms so much that I think that many people become like numb or immune to them. You just start saying the words, but you're really not knowing what it is that you're doing or how this works. And when we shift into the desired reality, where we have what we want, as Neville Goddard talks about living in the end, what you're doing is you're selecting, you're choosing, you're deciding. Any of those words fit, okay? But the thing is, what we see with our eyes, with our five senses, we think that that is real and that is what has to change. And then so we get hyper focused on looking out the window, right? Looking and peeking to see, things going to be, when are they going to change? Well, first of all, remember, the change has to happen first within. So you are shifting within. And once you're in there, then the outer, your 3D changes. So when you don't see the outer changing, you need to stay within. So one of the things that a lot of clients have come up in my one-on-one sessions especially, is they want to know like what that really means, because they just feel like they're just saying that they're in a different reality, but they don't see anything different. And I get you, okay? I got you. So what I described to them, and I said, look, let's say that you went to the store and you wanted to buy a black pair of shoes, and you already knew exactly the kind of black shoes you need. It's for a specific outfit. You already have your mindset on it. This is what you want. You go to the store and they tell you, oh yes, we do have those black shoes, but unfortunately we do not have them in your size anymore. We're out. And they bring you a red pair of shoes instead. And they show you this, hey, this could give you a different look on your outfit. We think that this looks really good on you. We have them in your size. We can even give you a discount. And you're standing there looking at that option and you're just like, well, that's really nice and all, but I already know I want a black pair of shoes and I want those black pair of shoes. So you are now able to look at the red shoes that they're offering you Or you can look at the black shoes and say, well, I'm going to go find them somewhere else or whatever. But you're like, no, I've already decided these are the shoes that I am getting. And so this is how I'm presenting realities, right? That you have a red pair of shoes that is being presented to you, which is your current reality, the reality that you are wanting to move out of, right? The one that you're just like, no, I don't want this reality anymore. And this is where you do not have your wish fulfilled, manifested fully. But you're looking at the black shoes, you're like, no, that is where I do want to be. That is where I do want to be experiencing. I want to be in that reality. In other words, I want those black shoes. I don't want red shoes, pink shoes, orange shoes, blue shoes. No, I already said I want those black shoes, those specific black shoes. I want them exactly like that. I don't want those red shoes, but thank you for showing them to me. I know that this is an option that I can choose from, but no thank you. So this is how I want you to look at your realities, right? You have the reality that you're in right now that you do, where you do not have your desire. You say, okay, yeah, this is an option, right? So this is not about ignoring or pretending that your reality doesn't exist or that this version of you in this reality doesn't exist. You don't want to ignore it because that creates a lot of resistance when you're trying to pretend that it's not happening, or you're just trying to muscle through the day. You're just trying to like get through the day or get through the moment and just, do the best that you can until your manifestation arrives. If that is where you are just creating a ton of resistance for yourself. And what you want to do is just look at where you are right now as an option, and you're saying, no, thank you. I know this is an option, but I do not want this option. I don't select it. I do not decide this as my option, right? Instead, you look at the other option, you say, instead, I am selecting this option. I already said that this is the one that I want, exactly like this. And in your inner world, that's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. You're selecting the reality of you in that version of you. And when things come up in your current 3D that like bother you or trigger you or give you a feeling or emotion, that's okay. You can go ahead and feel the emotions. It doesn't matter, okay? Understanding that all of those fears, doubts, negative thoughts, all of that is in this reality that you are moving out of, okay? And you keep selecting, you're like, okay, I know that this feeling belongs to this reality and I no longer want to be in this reality, so I now am selecting this reality. And try to keep this like really simple. Like that's why I brought up the shoe analogy, is like, no, I know that red shoes are an option, but I don't want those, thank you. I choose this. Do you see, I'm not denying that these red shoes exist. I'm not denying that this reality exists. I'm not trying to pretend I don't see the red shoes. I'm not running from the red shoes. I'm not trying to, beat up the red shoes or set them on fire or run away from them. Do you see? That's all resisting it. And that's all like, I'm going to sit here and pretend that the red shoes don't exist, or I'm going to sit here and pretend that, that the red shoes are just going to disappear, or hopefully the red shoes turn into black shoes. And that is mostly what people are trying to do, I notice, is that they're trying to make these red shoes become black shoes. You don't have to make this reality become anything else, because creation is finished. You are not going to change that reality. It is already created. You don't have to change the realities. You just have to keep selecting the reality that you want to be in and say, I want this reality. This is my reality. This is where I choose to be now. And you keep selecting that no matter what. And that is what the persistence is. It's not about persisting with affirmations, persisting with visualizing, persisting. It's continuously shifting your focus into that version of you or that reality experience, whatever it is that you're manifesting. You continue selecting that. Now, if it involves another person, like whether it's an SP or like a career, a boss or whatever, selecting you for a job or a house or whatever, right? Instead of focusing on them, okay, instead of focusing on what they're doing, focus on you in that reality now, like how you are, how you're feeling, and be in that reality. That is what you want to focus on, is a version of you that is in that reality. How you feel, that's what living in the end is, right? Is feeling or focusing on that version of you, having the inner conversations or whatever technique you want to use to remain in this new reality. You're like, no, I select this one. And in this reality, this is what happens. This is how I think. This is how I talk. This is how I feel. This is how I look at the world. This is how things are for me. And when I'm in this other reality where I came from, no, thank you. I'm good. I've already visited that reality and I'm good. I'm good. I'm gonna just come over here. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys, because a lot of my clients are having a lot of success and movement with just being very simple instead of overcomplicating it and beating yourself up with overworking and trying so hard, right? Because I know a lot of it is out, a lot of information is out there about like your repetition and hammering it in, hammering it in, hammering it in, your self-concept, the affirmations. And trust me, you guys, I have done that. And I have found so much freedom in letting all that bullshit go and just focusing on my relationship with my higher self, which is what confidence is. That's what my course is confidence is automatically Christ consciousness, because when you find that confidence within, what you're really aligning with is Christ consciousness, and that gives you that peace inside. And that peace is that knowing, right? The knowing that Neville always talked about, instead of like, yeah, all these techniques will work. I'm not going to sit here and say they don't work, because they do. All of it works, okay? However, if you want to dive deep and come at this from a place of power of God, instead of forcing and trying and making yourself do things, right? Come over and join the Badass Confidence course, because that's exactly what I'm teaching in there. Or if you want to work with me one-on-one, I'd love to have you. Those are literally, you guys, I have friends now all over the world because of my one-on-ones. And I'm actually going to go visit one of them really soon, one of my old clients, because I get to know you guys on a deeper level, and I get to know your life and how you are, how you think, your behaviors, all those things. And yes, your life really does change when you have that persistent, consistent accountability, whether it's in a group or whether it's one-on-one. But just find a way to keep yourself consistent, because you don't have to do this alone. In fact, it's not fun doing it alone just with videos and books. You don't need any of it, okay? But it's just so much more loving and fun to do it with in accountability, okay? That's my personal opinion. All right, my loves, I know this video is helpful for you, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye.